show your value to the team by having that consistent high level of play. I honestly believe running backs are the most skilled on the field. You do a lot of things, but I think sometimes it gets taken for granted because it's like, oh, they do the dirty work, but it's like, we do a lot. There's not room for excuses. You know, everyone deals with injuries, everyone deals with setbacks and adversity throughout the season. So then you start thinking like, how could I have possibly made a way? How could I have possibly shifted the momentum in certain games to probably put us over the hump? I always tell this to my quarterbacks. It's just me and you back here. What the fans want, what the coaches want, what your teammates want is the same guy week in and week out at a high level. That's what matters, because that's gonna ultimately translate to wins. We gotta make it happen. We have an advantage. You don't wanna skip steps, but you also know last year wasn't good enough. How do we get even better from last year? I think that's really our goal.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision, I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people feeling militant.
Yeah, there you go. What's up, Daddy?
Man,
good?
I appreciate you
Good
guys.
brother.
Oh, man.
Oh, what's up,
Appreciate
boy?
you.
How you doing, man?
What's up, man? You good, bro?
How are you
Hey,
guys?
man, same old.
Taking
How
it.
you guys doing, John?
Feeling all right?
Man, I'm feeling great.
I love to see.
Hey, JT, that fire finna be on back your neck, though. Y'all hearing this all black hoodie.
The pivot. Your boys came through. Okay, your boys came through. Yeah.
Well, actually,
We've been talking about this
like,
for a minute.
Yeah, this is like the best one we've done here, though, because at least you didn't have to come out the practice field.
Yeah.
So we
yeah,
can
that
chill.
off
I
the
know, we're
practice
waiting.
field,
Yeah,
that's kind of hectic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, man, the grass.
Hey.
Listen, they gonna be on that grass. I'm telling you right now, they gonna make sure it's good to go. We don't even practice today. We gotta walk through. They still on the grass.
You gonna get it
They
right.
gonna make sure it's good.
Hey, they ain't cutting nothing, though.
I
Like,
don't
this
know
junk's
what they do.
perfect.
They like that. I don't know what they do, but they make sure when we come out here, it's ready.
Yeah, this joint's
every time.
perfect, man.
I mean, keeping that check coming in.
We good?
I'm gonna hit that grass real
Yeah,
fast,
see
sweet
the-
boss man.
The thing is, though, you know, I don't mean to be the old guys. It'd be like back in our day, we'd be practicing right now. This would be the first one of the day. Then you get that little break, you back out like 3.
Yeah, they don't know about 2 a days.
Nah,
That's
good
what
for
I'm saying. I don't know how, like,
Good for
because
them.
I'm thinking about the first practice. You're like, dang, okay, let me get in the tub, treatment. So to know, like, I gotta go back out there again, same day,
Yeah.
another practice. I'm like, hey, y'all real ones. Y'all real ones.
Hey, you know how it is, man. You do what you have to, man. Jonathan Taylor, welcome to the Pivot. That is Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder. I'm Ryan Clark. Pivot fam, thank y'all for pivoting with us. I want to get this out the way right now. 100-meter dash in our high school primes. Fred Taylor
Why
or
y'all-
Jonathan Taylor.
This ain't about me. Why y'all
You
pulling
said
me
why
in
they
it?
doing
Hey.
that? Fred was
Yeah.
sliding. He was, yo.
Why y'all putting
And
me in
you
it?
know I work out with Frank, so he telling me, like, he know about the wheels. He
Yeah.
knows. He knows.
We just talked to Frank yesterday, but what'd you go in the 100 meter?
I
I know
only
you
went 10.
2-time state champ, right?
Yeah, but that in Jersey, 10-4-9 is gonna win it. Like that's gonna win it in Jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and it's different breeds. And
Depending on the day, we'll probably be right there. But it all makes sense why you just hit the ground and you just out of there. Nobody's catching you.
that's really
Not a lot of
my
backs out there.
mindset. That background. Everybody, whenever they see me run, they're like, "Did you run track?" I'm
Right.
like, "Yeah, I did." Like
Right.
they're like, "Oh, your stride, your form." I'm like, I feel like track translates to the field if you know how to. You know how to use it. Obviously, there's not many times you just get a straight line, like
Right.
a beeline,
Right.
but it can come in handy for sure.
You know, Jonathan, man, looking at your statistics from being in Salem, right, breaking the all-time state record, you know, I think you went for over 1,900 as soon as you get to Wisconsin. Obviously, you've had 1,800 in the league. Like, you've been a player that's created explosive plays. Like, that's been what you were about. But I do want to go back to Salem and thinking about Wisconsin saying that they wanted to see if you were fast enough to have long speed to play in the Big Ten. Coming from a small city that wasn't necessarily producing football players like the Floridas or the Georgias or the Louisianas, did you have some sort of chip on your shoulder to show people that, yeah, you can play at the highest level?
Yeah, man, shout out to Salem City. You went back to Salem City. No, I love my city. But there was one player, and you guys probably know him, Corey Clement. So when I was in middle school, he was in high school, and he was terrorizing South Jersey. Like, there was one game where me and my boys, we in the stands at the high school game, and he got dinged up or something, so he came off the field, and obviously we knew, like, okay, he their best player, so we in the stands, it's all over. he come back in the next play and take it like 60 yards. Like, so I saw him terrorize in South Jersey and then go to the University of Wisconsin and see him have success there. So that's how like Wisconsin got on my radar. And I definitely did have a chip because it's almost like if you dominating, who are you playing against?
Yep.
Like, oh, who is the competition? But then if I wasn't to do that, it's like, oh, he's not good enough. So it's like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
But it's funny. I think it's because on tape in high school, it was like I was like a long strider. So I'm pulling away from people, but I'm a long strider. So they're like, you know, this doesn't really look like that speed. You can't really feel it on the tape. But if you're next to me, it's like
Pulling away from
just
people.
pulling away. So
Right.
I get it. They got to do their due diligence. But that's the one thing that was crazy to me was if I wasn't dominating, you say he's not good enough. But now that I am, it's, well, who is he playing against? But we got dogs in Jersey. That's the crazy thing. We have dogs in Jersey.
It's the poor Rutgers though. Rutgers 2 times, right? Rutgers had 2 running back commits that decommitted late in like this generation of players. Do you want to know who they were?
Of course.
Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley.
Oh, Lord. And Rutgers coach punch in the air. Like boys in the hood.
Put them boys on blast.
When did you feel as if you proved yourself, though? Because, like you're saying, I don't look at New York, New Jersey as no football place.
That's
So
crazy.
I question it. Is that not okay?
Look, Jersey is going to have, you got the Floridas, the Texas, Louisiana, you're going to have a lot of athletes. If you're looking for a football player, like, it don't matter what time of the year it is, beginning of the season, end of the season, this dude is going to play ball. Like, I want him on my team. He a football player. Jersey produces football players. We got athletes, but if you want a football player,
But what does that mean? What's the difference between a football player and an athlete?
because an athlete, you got to get cute. You got to get cute. You got to put him in situation. A football player is like, listen, if he's around the ball, if he has the ball, if he's around the ball, he's going to make a play. He's going to make a play. He's going to play well. He's going to do what he needs to do when he needs to do it.
I rock with that. We can
Every
take
time,
that.
consistently.
We take that. No, we take it. Usually you think of basketball first because of the amount of players that have turned
That's
over
true.
from that.
That's
and,
real.
and that's it. Not that you don't have football talent, but the South is where football is dominated and vice versa for you guys in basketball. But without the money, you might not even be playing football, right? Your cousin. I think I read a story that said because your cousin went is the reason why how you kind of stumbled into it.
Shout out to Amani, man. Shout out to Cuzzo, because so we used to go out, back when we were younger, we used to go outside, you know, everybody going outside all the time playing, and then eventually he stopped coming outside. He's like, nah, I'm not going out today. I gotta go play. I gotta go to football practice. So at that time, me not understanding, you know, you gotta go to football practice every day. So I'm like, why is this dude, like, man, he keep going to football practice. Like, this must be crazy if he's doing that over going outside. So then I finally asked my mom, I'm like, hey, can I sign up to play football? She's like, why you want to play football? Like, you didn't play any sports before. I'm like, Amani is playing football. Like, he's going every day. And that was the start of it. And then as the game grew slowly, and I was having fun at first because I'm like, I'm just out here with my cousin. Like, you know, I'm trying to learn the game. So I didn't really know how to play, but I was fast. So they're like, man, give him an end around. You know, I was at receiver, give him an end around. And then eventually they moved me to running back. 26 power sweep, that was my play. 26 power sweep, hit the edge.
Sweeping undefeated in Little League.
I run everybody.
Every time, but that's the biggest contributor, I think, to how my journey got started was just Amani. He set the tone. As far as discipline, of course, me not knowing, like, you gotta go and practice every day.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
You know, man, you know, Wisconsin, like we talked about New Jersey and kind of made jokes about it, but obviously great players can come from anywhere. The one thing we do know about where you went to college is great running backs play at Wisconsin. Like the lineage from the Ron Danes, the Melvin Gordons, the Jonathan Taylors, and then you even think about guys like Braylon Allen, James White.
Yeah.
Like there's so many running backs that have been able to transition from Wisconsin to the NFL and play well. What was it like being a young player at Wisconsin who could text Ron Dane, man, and have those sort of dialogues and the ups and downs of being such a high profile position at that school?
It's humbling to one even be mentioned with those guys, to be able to have the skill set, the mindset, and the ability to have the university say, hey, we want you to continue that tradition here. So I didn't take that lightly. And going to University of Wisconsin, I just started watching and listening. What are some stories of guys who have came through here, other running backs, and like hearing those stories of, hey, guys are going out and they were seeing Melvin on the ladder out front in his yard. So it's like when you hear those stories, you're like, okay, so that's what it takes to be like the guy at the University of Wisconsin, especially at the running back position. So for me, being able to absorb as much information as possible. I had a really great room too with Chris James, Tywan Deal, Garrett Groshek, Rashid Ibrahim. Like those guys were unselfish and they did whatever they could to help me. A lot of those guys transferred over from University of Pitt, where Coach Chris came from.
Yeah.
And for them to be able to accept me like that and say, hey, listen, if you're out there, we want to make sure we give you all of the knowledge that we have, as well as reaching out to guys who have came before us, the Melvin Gordons, the Ron Danes, the James Whites. It's like, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity. I don't think you can get that anywhere else.
What you remember most of the Florida Atlantic game your freshman year? The 200-something yards, the 3 touchdowns, or the fumble?
For me, definitely, probably the fumble. Probably the fumble, because then that's when I'm like, oh man, like, this is on TV, like all the people back home watching, like, I'm out here, like, I can't waste this opportunity. I'm tripping. Like, I know they watch Salem City watching right now.
Right.
And then after that, it was over with. I'm like, okay, if I know Salem City locked in, I'm locked in.
I love it.
I got the city.
You're the first FBS back to have 3 consecutive 1,900-yard seasons, multiple 2,000-yard seasons, over 6,000 in 3 years, and to be drafted 41 overall. Like, what else did you think on draft night that you possibly could have done to maybe help your draft stock that night?
I mean, at that point, you either gotta win the Natty, you gotta win the Heisman. I mean, you just had to just be at the tippy top. But that was a time period where I don't know why they kind of looked sideways at running backs, and now you can see the trend is changing. They got guys going 2nd overall, 3rd or 4th overall. It's like, I'm happy to see it, but I also knew, like, okay, well, this is just my opportunity to go and show them why running backs are valuable. And I think I landed in the perfect place. You know, I wouldn't change it any other way.
100%.
What changed? I was gonna bring that up, like the McCaffreys and the Saquons and them boys. You just got a nice little check added onto the end of your like they devalue y'all for a second. It seemed like last 3 years, it's like, oh, we do need running backs. What changed with the game in your mind?
For me, I think, one, you got to have a high-quality product on the field. So the guys you mentioned, I think having those guys play at an elite level year in and year out, but make game-changing plays. Like, hey, he impacts the game where we're down, and then now because he made a play, the momentum changed, or now we're up, or hey, he won the game for us, or hey, we rode him the entire game. He put the team on his back that entire game. Like, that's just the type of game it was. Not to say that the other players couldn't do it. So I think once you show your value to the team by having that consistent high level of play, it's like, well, hold on, wait a second. Like, this guy, these are jack of all trades, like you mentioned, like the Saquons, the Christian McCaffreys, like these guys can do it all. And I honestly believe like running backs are the most skilled on the field. Like, we got to be able to be tough. You got to be quick. You got to be fast. You got to be strong. You got to be smart. It's like you do a lot of things, but I think sometimes it gets taken for granted because it's like, oh, they do the dirty work. But it's like we do a lot. Not to take away from other positions, but we do a lot.
You know, we got the opportunity to play against Fred, and it wasn't that you didn't understand and he was going to get the tough yards. The scary piece was if he gets a crack or if he could straighten up, they can hit a home run. I think that's the difference in between the backs people see as, okay, I can go get another one of him. You can't go find another Jonathan Taylor, another Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey. You can't find another Bijan, right? If you have that guy on your team, you need to pay him. You need to show him his worth. And I think we're starting to see teams do that. I want to go back to last year. You guys are rolling. You know, you're in London, 83-yard touchdown, over 240 yards. That felt like a quintessential Jonathan Taylor game. At that point, with your team's record, the way that Daniel Jones was playing, how much optimism did you guys have around here that last year could have been one of those years you made a push in the playoffs?
I was glad we got tested like that prior to the bye week because I felt like we would need that game under our belt going forward. Obviously, then the chain of events going forward. But then at the same time, there's not room for excuses. Everyone deals with injuries. Everyone deals with setbacks and adversity throughout the season. So then you start thinking like, dang, how could I have possibly made a way? How could I have possibly shifted the momentum in certain games to probably put us over the hump for a few games? And that's what you think about all offseason. But, man, going into that bye week, I just knew, I'm like, hey, we have the team. We have the guys to do it.
Tell me about the Phillip Rivers experience.
Well, obviously, so you guys, I played with Phillip in 2020.
Right.
So the guys who were here, it was a few of us, we knew what Phillip brought to the table. Like, we knew the energy he brought, the leadership, but we also knew what he brought to the game as far as like, hey, we're going to snap the ball with like 2 seconds left. But prior to that, he's going to make sure we in the best position possible. But it was awesome and crazy to think, like, if they would have called me, after 5 years, I might have just been like, yo, listen, man, I wish y'all all the best, but I don't know if I can do that after 5 years. But the fact of he was so confident in his ability is like, hey, I know how to play the game. Like, he plays the game with his mind so well. So it was awesome to get another go around because I don't think I really understood my rookie year. Like, I knew, hey, it's Phillip Rivers. This is a legend. But, like, the second time around, it was that much sweeter because I'm like, man, like, I'm really on the field as a vet, like with Phillip Rivers and really seeing how he operates. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
I was here for that Monday night game against San Francisco, and he was dealing early for real. And I was thinking to myself, is Phillip Rivers gonna win this game? But to be able to come out and have that sort of command of the offense, but also that level of confidence in yourself, bro, look, I'm 46 right now. They call me out here, it's bombs, first play, it's missed tackle, hey, it's a pull hamstring.
That hamstring gone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that he was out there and able to do it, man, it was really cool. I think that he got his flowers for what he was before he retired during that time, because people did, like you say, recognize that, no, man, this is one of those guys from the 2004 draft that were part of an epic and historical draft class, getting another opportunity to be seen.
And I agree with you, JT. The second time around can be sweet. Even the third time can be sweeter. And I think for your second time, it was 2023. You were in the contract talks.
Yeah.
In that moment, I think you didn't do camp during the negotiations. Correct.
Yeah.
But this time around, it was different. You trusted the organization, knowing that they would take care of you. You showed up, and the deal got done. Talk about growth and trusting them and making sure that you were here for your teammates and, for that whole, to be able to take away the negative stuff that the media probably would try to throw on top of it. What made you show up?
For number one, I think athletes are so regimented that coming off that injury season in 2022 and needing to have surgery, like, you hear a timeline and you think, okay, as long as I put the work in, I should expect this result at this time point. And that was my first, like, and I don't even want to call it like a major injury because the guys have gone through like a lot worse, but just having that surgery and understanding finally like everyone heals differently. Like, even if you put the work in, it still may not be the result you want at the end. Similar to football, you put the work in all week and you may not end up with the win at the end of the week. But I think that was a big thing for me going into 2023 was being frustrated as well of, hey, why am I not ready? Like, I've done the continuous work day in and day out to try to put myself in a position to be ready. So this time around, obviously, being healthy and then also building that relationship over the past years that I've been here, especially with our general manager, the front office, the ownership, the Irsay family of, hey, listen, we're all gonna do things the right way. And like I said, I do take part in that the first time around of definitely being frustrated of not being healthy when I know I put the work in. So understanding that we all had the same common goal the first time around, but we also had the same common goal the second time around. Everyone wanted the same thing. So I think when everyone's on the same page, your coaches, your teammates, the front office, it's like it makes everything that much easier. And all you have to do is just focus on getting better each day. And, you let your agent, you let those guys off of the field do what they do off the field. They're experts in that field, and that's why they have that job. So I just think entrusting, like you mentioned, entrusting everyone with all of those off-field things, it was easy for me this time to be able to just focus on what I had to do.
I always joke with running back coaches that they are a waste of time. Boys like y'all.
You said running back coaches?
That's the biggest waste of money on any
They can teach you how to pass protect.
Man, shout out to Coach Smith, man. Shout out to Coach Smith, man.
But the turnover, just to that thought of that, like, y'all boys are just talented people. But then you've had multiple quarterbacks, you've had multiple coaches. Does that change anything for you? How does changing coaches? We love Steichen. Every time you see a cool dude.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And then, but you just had so much turnover. Daniel, AR, and then Phillip Rivers is crazy. I played against Phillip Rivers, and we old. Like, what does that do to a running back? That you're so naturally talented, but how does that change your approach? What does all the turnover in the recent years do to you?
Well, number one, I think it's different depending on the coaching position or depending on the player position, like especially at quarterback position. First thing I always do when there's a new quarterback, hey, what do you like a running back to do that makes your job easier? Like, do you like a running back that, gets out to his route early? Do you like a running back that's like, hey, just make sure all the protection is solid before you even get out? So that's the number one thing, because at the end of the day, I always tell this to my quarterbacks, it's just me and you back here. Like, I got your back. It's me. Like, at the end of the day, everybody else is up front and you got to see what's going on. It's me and you back here. So I got your back. But with the coaches, it depends on if there's a scheme change. Now you have to learn a new scheme. You have to learn if there's a new offensive blocking scheme. It's just figuring out. I feel like sometimes at running back, it's figuring out where you fit in the puzzle. A lot of overall arching scheme, and when coaches have plays, usually they plug in the running back here. Hey, we're gonna have you run this route. Hey, you're gonna check protection and then do this. So you're just that missing piece. You're just that final puzzle. So for me, it's just being a sponge and being adaptable. That's why I said it earlier. I feel like running backs are one of the most quintessential players and positions on the field, because we have to do so much. We have to adapt and change and just do stuff on the fly. That's just what we do. But we're versatile and we can do that.
You look at your ability to strike big plays from 2021 to 2025. It's Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor for plus 15-yard runs. You've had 69 in that time. 16 of those have gone for touchdowns. That's only second to Derrick Henry. When you look around the league, how much of it is for you too a level of competitiveness against some of those great backs that you got to watch some of them before you got here. You obviously get to see them now, to be counted amongst the best in the league, along with the Henrys and the Barkleys and the Robinsons and the Gibbs?
It means a lot, because there's some talented dudes in this league. Dudes where you watch them and you he got it. Whatever it is, he got it. Yeah, you could tell. You all right, me, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna make sure I'm on my right run track. I'm gonna make sure I got my right reads. But he got it. But it's a brotherhood, but like you mentioned, a competitiveness of we all want to be the best. And I know you guys already spoke to Derrick before. The stuff he's doing is insane. I don't think people really even understand not even the trajectory, because it's what he's doing. What he's doing is insane. And at the level and consistency he's been doing it. And I think that's also a benchmark and a blueprint for backs as far as that consistency. As a running back, the first thing they always say is, oh, well, once he gets a certain age, or, oh, once this hit, oh, once he gets injured. Then it's always just every year they're waiting for the fall off. And then let's say something happens. Oh, I knew it. You've been saying that the past 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to see that level of dominance throughout his entire career, as well as other guys as well, it's okay, one, how do I mimic that? Now, it may look different because guys have different skill sets and different talents, but how do you mimic that? Because at the end of the day, what the fans want, what the coaches want, what your teammates want is the same guy week in and week out at a high level. That's what matters, because that's going to ultimately translate to wins.
Yeah, something you said earlier struck me. When Fred asked you about how could you have changed draft night for yourself? When you look at the numbers, when I watched the film, I was like, he could play football, right? That's normally what it takes. But there's obviously draft slots and how you value a person. You talked about all that Derrick Henry's accomplished. As good as he is, he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion, no championship, right? Look at Christian McCaffrey, the same thing. And that would always be the knock on running backs, right? You can have the best running back in the entire league, but that doesn't mean you win a championship, right? That doesn't always equate to success. What more do you feel like you can do here and the Colts can do so the Jonathan Taylor production equals the wins in the most important time of the football season?
I think at that point in time, it comes into a fact of what is the situation? And yeah, one thing that Coach Steichen does is he always tries to find a way to put his players in the best position for success. So, hey, who do we have out there? What is their skill set? And what plays do I have in my bag that's gonna increase that, enhance that tenfold? So I feel like in those moments, I always have this quote, and you guys probably heard it before, be at your best when your best is needed. Because I honestly think that Shane is, if not one, a top 3 play caller in the NFL. So then it becomes the player's job of, okay, you need to trust in the coach, trust in Shane to be able to say, hey, this is the best possible situation. This is the best possible play we can be in. Now it's on you guys to execute. Yeah. So as players, it's, especially as a running back, it's like, okay, what's the down and distance? Where are we at? Is it 3rd and 1? What do we need? What do I need to do to be at my best to ensure that happens? Because at the end of the day, the coaches trust their players. Like, they have to be able to trust them. So you have to go out there and perform and execute. So I think going forward, especially into this year, is in those critical moments. Because you guys know, most of the games always come down to situational football. Yeah. It's not just the big splash plays, you know what I'm saying? So in those critical situations, the things that you've rehearsed day in and day out, the things that seem mundane, most of the time it comes down to stuff like that.
Yeah, and at this point in your career, you're 27. You're the guy in the locker room where the rookies pull up. They were watching you in high school. Have you have you thought about that?
Yeah, it's insane because early in my career, shout out Marlon Mack. We had Marlon Mack in our room, and he was the vet. And then once Marlo and Naheem, shout out to Naheem, once he left, I was still like 24, but I was like the vet in the room. So they're like, oh, JT, it's on you. And I'm like, what y'all mean? I'm like, it's only my like 4th year out here. So but it's crazy now that like I am truly the vet. Like year 7, you're like, okay, I have to come in with a certain level of maturity, but also a certain level of mentorship. Like, guys have watched me growing up, so what can I give back to them? Because vets have given me so much as well in my own running back room. They've given me so much, so I just want to pay it forward.
Yeah, that's what I kind of want to get into the leadership part of that. Like, what does that look like for you now that you have the young guys coming and looking up at you, being able to hold them accountable, but not wanting them to be you?
For me, I think a big thing is telling them about my experience, especially, you know, as a rookie, you're going to do certain things that you're like, why did I do that? But then when you have a vet, especially someone that you look up to, is like, hey, don't even worry, because I did the exact same thing. Like, I did the exact same thing. So you're no different. You're not on any different trajectory or path than I was at that point in time. So I think that gives them a certain level of, I don't even want to say comfort, but understanding, like, okay, he learned from that, I can learn from that as well. But that's a big thing I also say too, is like, try not to make the same mistake twice. Like,
has becoming a father this offseason changed any of that? Shout out Jalen, welcome.
It definitely has. I mean, that's an unbelievable feeling, but you kind of even just look at your child's face and say, okay, the level of discipline and the level of commitment that I have on the field, it's like not even transfers over to you, because you still want to have that on the field, but you're like, I want to have that same approach here, but tenfold, like tenfold. And you don't even know how you're gonna do it, but you like, I gotta enhance that even more, and you want to. You guys know it's a indescribable feeling.
No doubt.
So for me, it's taking that mindset of like, okay, how can I give knowledge, or how can I give advice to these young backs? Not that I would, give to my child about football, but in the same sense of like, hey, I'm gonna try to give my child as much life advice as I can.
Correct.
As I go through life, as I continue to go through life, a life I've already lived. So I just want to continue to be one of those voices in the running back room and the locker room to be able to just pay it forward.
Yeah, man. Those young backs can't think they could beat Jonathan Taylor. I remember sitting in the room with with Junior Seau and Zach Thomas and watching film, being like, I can't do that. I can't do that either. let me get this check and see what we're gonna do after the check come in. But to talk, I think it's I don't want to say a golden age, but we all brought up Bijan, Henry. It's a lot of backs out there. Are you as a vet to the point where you can watch, Bijan plays the slot, they put him at the X sometimes. He's running real receiver routes. Do you ever see the dudes or the opportunities they have and be like, hey, Coach Steichen, I can slide to that slot if you need me to.
No, for sure, look. But I think it's that competitiveness like that we mentioned, like, hey, I understand, okay, that may not be the scheme that we run. Hey, Shane, I know that if you wanted to, you could put a couple uniques in, but it's also, then you got to prove it. Yep. You got to show them that, and they got to trust you. That's where the trust comes in. So it all comes full circle. But then, like you mentioned it earlier, like, hey, you can't expect them to be Jonathan Taylor. And one thing I do as well, when I'm watching young guys and we watching film, I'm like, hey, good cut. I'm like, hey, how'd you see that? Because it doesn't matter if you're a vet. It don't matter if you're a young guy. If you made a play, you made a play. So I'm thinking, what was in your mind? Or, hey, did you work on that in the offseason? Because then now those young guys are like, dang, okay, JT thought that was a good cut. Or, man, hey, why is he worried about what I'm thinking? Like, he's the one that's like, no, you can always get better. You can always get better. Like, you see these younger generations coming up. You see Bijan, Gibbs, Genty, Jeremiah. It's like, hey,
they're different.
different.
But I think, though, too, it's guys like you and Saquon, CMC, Derrick Henry, making the running back position important again. And showing that you could do multiple things. And that was kind of what Le'Veon was pushing when he wanted to get paid back in the day. He was like, man, look at all I do. How do I get paid for that? And now you're starting to see some of those things happen. You know, listening to you talk about your son and the way you want to parent him and guide him makes me think about Carly Irsay Gordon, right? She's taken over, or she took over for an iconic owner and CEO. Talk a little bit about how important her guidance has been to making sure that the Colts stay on the right track. And I'm just going to be honest, I am 100% fascinated with the job she's been doing and the way that she wants to be a part of what the next generation of the Colts is. So talk a little bit about Carly Irsay Gordon and how she's sort of acclimated herself to running this team her way.
Man, it's been, first of all, I'm always grateful for the Irsay family. They gave not only myself an opportunity, but they gave my family an opportunity to, change our trajectory. But I think that learning about this organization when I got here, I knew that it was a little different. Even from the stories that I've heard about people and other players from other organizations, it's not like this organization. Like, they really do treat their players and their staff like family. Like, they'll do things, especially even behind the scenes, that fans and people don't even know about. If you're in this building, they do truly care about you. So I know Mr. Irsay probably was preparing, like, hey, at the end of whenever that was, even if he would have lived on to being 100 years old, of like, I want you guys to, carry on the tradition and legacy. And I hear stories. We got Reggie Wayne, in our locker room, and he's telling us stories of how much Mr. Irsay cared and was always around the team and took care of the players and the staff. And I think that Carly is taking that same path, that same trajectory. You see her out on the sidelines every day. She's asking questions. She's asking not only about ball, but she's asking about your personal life. Like, she's trying to get to know her player. So in my mind, I just envisioned that is what Mr. Irsay was doing when he was constantly out on the field and around the players in that locker room. And I don't think you get that in every organization. So I'm truly grateful to have been here, because I do know it can be tough in other situations.
Are you familiar with the number 9226?
9226. No, 9.
What about 7598?
7598. That's my yardage. I think that's my yardage.
So 9226.
I was over here Googling. Hey, it said it can refer to several different technical and commercial items.
I'm like 9226.
Yeah, 9226 is the other great running back that played here, Edgerrin James, Colts single career record. So since you're not familiar with it, at the moment, was it 1,629 yards short of breaking it? What would it mean to you? knowing that Edgerrin's a Hall of Famer, a Hall of Fame person as well, what would it mean to you to break that record and become the Colts' all-time leading rusher?
I mean, that would be like, I don't even say unimaginable, because when, things get a little closer, you start seeing it a little more, but it would just be a blessing, because not only Edge, as elite and as great as he was, like you mentioned, Hall of Famer, the guys who have toted the rock at this organization.
Eric Dickerson.
Like Edge is above those guys.
Yeah.
So to be at that position, I would not take that lightly. Now, obviously, I hope and pray, and I'm going to work for and work towards. If that does happen, that translated to wins, and we're in the playoffs trying to make a push. Because sometimes the worst thing is you have a great season, but it didn't ultimately translate to the goal that you wanted at the end of the season. So if that's in the cards, obviously I'm going to work my tail off each and every single day, but I have nothing but respect for Edge. I mean, he's been nothing but helpful since I've been here, always sending me messages, even when he's in the locker room before games, giving me words of encouragement. Like, Edge is a true dude, like Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? He did it his way. And I think that's a big thing about it too, is he did it his way. And I think that's inspiring.
Yeah, all-time great Hall of Fame speech. I mean, absolutely all-time great Hall of Fame speech. Just the entire thought process behind it, but I just think the intention and what I gathered, because I was there, what I got from it, I thought it was absolutely amazing. So the 2026 Colts, Daniel Jones fought back hard from an injury. You guys have an opportunity to continue what started early last year, which was cut short by his injury. For you, what do you feel has been the focus of this team throughout training camp thus far that's saying, hey, we know we got the dudes in the room. Let's have that sense of urgency to find a way to go get it done this year?
Number one, what you just mentioned, having a sense of urgency, but also understanding the beginning of last year, that's not just gonna happen. We gotta make it happen. But we have an advantage. I think our advantage is that we're still together, like the core group of guys are still here. So let's use that chemistry that we have as an advantage. You don't wanna skip steps, but like, hey, we got an understanding of how each other operates. We know how Danny operates the huddle. So let's try to be crisp and pristine on those early things that we need to make sure we have under our belt, get the foundation so that we can get rolling in camp early. We want to get rolling in camp early so that when the season comes, we're already firing on all cylinders, similar to what we did last year. But you also know last year wasn't good enough. So then how do we get even better from last year? I think that's really our goal. It's not to mimic last year, because ultimately, our goal we didn't achieve our goal. It's how do we get even better from last year, but use our advantage of we still have the same core group of guys. So that's an advantage for us. There are some guys starting over, some teams starting over, new coaches, new quarterback, new defense, new team. How can we use that to our advantage?
Yeah, the big thing is this year, is people will be expecting it, right? Last year, we were trying to figure out what Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones going to be. We got a new defensive coordinator. There are all these different things, and so it takes a while for other teams to understand how you guys will approach each and every game. So this year, they'll know, the Colts can be this, and people will be ready, and so it'll be making that adjustment as well.
Yeah, and for the first time, we've completed our AFC South run during this training camp tour. So I appreciate you for taking the time to sit with us. I know we talked about it for a while. And maybe -2 games on the season, talking about the AFC South. I root for you, but I don't root for you to see the Taylor 28.
He's gonna show love.
I want you to do well, but I want us to win those games, because I am a fan first.
Yeah.
I do admire your running style, who you are as a person. I love seeing the Taylor 28 run down the field, because it reminds me of Taylor 28, man. So one of your biggest fans. I always be in your corner, and I'm gonna text away. So I appreciate you.
Man, thank you very much, Fred. That means a lot. Coming from you, you weren't on the backs that paved the way. And a lot of people, it's crazy. A lot of people are telling me, like, man, you kind of look like Fred Taylor, man, when you running down. I say, I don't know, man. They said Fred T was different. So I'm just trying. I'm trying my best.
You're smoother than I was. I get out there, I look like I'm doing 100. You just
JT,
gliding.
he also had pads that were this big.
Yeah, the pads back then, it was crazy. even and then I'm even thinking about before you. I'm like, I don't know how they was just
Yeah.
downhill with those pads.
Yeah,
Downhill.
it was
right
awful.
here.
It was a different thing, man. JT, man, we do appreciate you, bro. Like I know, we talk about camp, but taking this much time to sit with us, talk to us, and also the way that you communicated, how thoughtful you were. It was really one of the best sit downs we've had, and hopefully this season goes away where we do this again in 2026 or sometime soon.
Man, I appreciate you, RC. Hopefully we could do it again, man. I'm a big fan. You guys are similar to what I said about Ed. You guys are doing it. You guys doing it your own way, and you're doing it the right way. So it's very inspiring.
Man, appreciate you, my boy.
Thank you.
Great team. You be talking like you wasn't getting out of there, man.
used
No,
to skate,
so you
man.
used to be
Hey,
getting
listen,
out of there, dog.
I used to
scoop,
skate.
boy.
No, you used to
And Frank told me, he said, man, I think you was like 30 something. He said you went 4'3".
Yeah. When we were training together.
Bro, he
it
went
was crazy.
4.28. He said when he went to train for the combine, the coach told him, just go back to the house. I can't do nothing for
I
you.
came out 226. I ran at 226. Yeah.
Yeah, you're 4.28, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know how they be like,
You're
some
talking
people
about a
got
different
it.
breed,
You
right?
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like some
yeah.
people got
Bro,
it.
do you have your basketball picture in your phone?
Man, watch out, bro.
He said, watch
Bro,
out,
he
man.
got a high school basketball picture, dog. He bought 205, shredded,
Yoked up.
traps up to here,
Yeah,
bro.
that was crazy.
He talking about, hey, that's me in the middle. Nigga, we see you. You know who you are.
Oh,
Bro,
They
that's
crazy,
over.
dog.
Hold up, limitless. Take a stomach, got pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On this vision, I can trust. Limitless. Take a stomach, got pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up.